Hello everyone. Now I want to present about strong and weak syllables. Polysyllabic words. In a polysyllabic word, one syllable is always longer as well as spoken louder and with more stress than the other. This is called strong syllable. A strong syllable has a different quality from a weak syllable. It has vowels that cannot occur in weak syllables and vice versa. The easiest way to determine whether a syllable is strong or weak is based on stress. A stressed syllable is almost always the strong one, while an unstressed syllable is a weak one. A weak syllable that consists only of consonant is called syllabic consonant. So there are some difference between strong syllable and weak syllable. Strong syllable is spoken longer, while weak syllable is spoken shorter. Strong syllable spoken with more intensity, while weak syllable spoken with less intensity. Strong syllable is always stressed, while weak syllable is unstressed. Strong syllable has peaks consisting of all vowels, long vowels, diphthong included, except a or schwa, e or u. And weak syllable has peaks with vowels a or schwa, e or u. Now let's talk about strong syllable. When a peak is a vowel from this set, a, e, a, u, a, then the syllable ends with a coda. Remember that a coda is syllable that ends with one consonant. For example of strong syllable is lap. E is the peak and t is the coda. Another example is swim. E is the peak and n is the coda. Now is weak syllable. A weak syllable can only have peaks with a vowel a, e, u, and a in a specific condition. A weak final syllable can also end with the vowels above. For example, happy, happy. A weak syllable can end with a coda if the peak is a. For example, open, open. A weak syllable can have a as the peak only when the syllable doesn't end with a coda, and when the following syllable begins with a consonant. For example, architect, architect. Next is the schwa or a. A weak syllable often has a as the peak, although it's not always like that. Differentiating vowel sounds in a weak syllable from the in a strong syllable must be done by thinking of the sound the vowel makes when it is a strong syllable. For example, the letter a in the word attempt is pronounced a in a strong syllable, but a in a weak one. If in a strong syllable, it pronounced as autan, and if in a weak syllable, it pronounced as autan, autan. So this is the correct pronunciation. The next is the vowel a and u. The vowels e and u only appear in weak syllables. E is located between e and e. U is located between u and u. E and U vowels can be a bit tricky to pronounce because sometimes they sound closer to E or U, and other times they sound closer to I and O. E and O seem to sound closer to E or U when they precede another vowel. So, where E can be found, the first is the A or Y in words that end with A or Y after one of two consonants. Happy, valley. Second is the E prefixes re, pre, or d if they precede a vowel and is unstressed. For example, react, create. The third is the E in suffixes yos and yet, when the suffixes have two syllables. For example, hilarious, appreciate. Next is in unstressed he, she, we, me, be. And the last is in article the when it precedes a vowel, such as the apple. And where u can be found? Where u can be found, the first is in the o or o in the words you, to, into, and do, when these words are unstressed and don't precede a consonant. Second is in the o and o in the words through and woo when unstressed. And the last in the u in words where the u precedes another vowel. For example, influenza. So that next is syllabic consonant. A syllabic consonant is a type of weak syllable that consists only of consonants and is given the diacritic mark beneath the symbol. In a syllabic consonant, the consonant L, R, or any nasal consonants can be the peak. L, R, and nasal consonants are considered weak when they are pronounced as if there's the sound before it. For example, battle. Battle is actually transcribed as battle, but sounds like battle. Next is syllabic consonant L. Syllabic consonant L is a weak syllable that usually occurs in a word that ends with one or more consonants that precede L sound, such as in the words battle and cattle. If the consonant before L is alveolar consonant t, d, s, z, and sh, z, then the L is a dark L. Syllabic consonant L also appears in words that end with L or al, such as panel and kernel. Next is syllabic consonant N. Syllabic consonant N appears in the following arrangement. Syllabic N is most commonly found after alveolar plosive t and d and fricative s or n z. So the phonological structure in initial position a as in phonetic and medial and final position, for example, n as in threaten. And the last is syllabic consonant This type of syllabic consonant is only found at the end of words pronounced with rhotic accent. Rhotic accent, for example, particular, particular in rhotic accent and particular in non-rhotic accent. Another example is bird, bird in rhotic accent and bird in non-rhotic accent. So that's all about strong and weak syllables. Thank you.